membership at togetherwesave.com.
Co-op Powerhouse Energy Tips, brought to you by North Carolina's Electric Cooperatives, your Touchstone Energy Cooperatives.
Our top story, your favorite place for hot wings, cold beer, and great sports, Wings Etc., is celebrating their 19th anniversary. We go to a live report.
I'm here with founder Jim Weaver. Jim, you started Wings Etc. 19 years ago with a chicken and a dream. How will you celebrate?
To say thanks to our friends in Shelby and Cleveland County, I'm lowering our famous wings to 49 cents, dine-in only, and our 34-ounce domestic schooners are just $3.99.
Jim, this info from your marketing department says...
Screw those tightwads in marketing. 49 cents for the best wings in Shelby and $3.99 for domestic schooners, now through August 28th.
There you have it. Wings Etc.'s 19th anniversary, celebrating with jumbo or boneless wings for just 49 cents, dine-in only, and domestic schooners for $3.99 through August 28th. In a related story, Jim Weaver, founder of Wings Etc., apologizes for calling the marketing department tightwads and buys them lunch.
Wings Etc. in Shelby at 1910 East Dixon Boulevard, just across from the Cleveland Mall.
Hospice of Cleveland County presents a special pet loss workshop coming in April and May. April 15th, 22nd, 29th, and May 6th at the Kings Mountain Hospice House in Kings Mountain. And also April 17th, 24th, May 1st, and 8th at the Hospice Cleveland County Administration Building in Shelby. If you have lost a special pet and are dealing with grief, you're invited. For more information, contact Tina Wisnan at 704-538-1397. Sponsored by Hospice of Cleveland County, Shelby, Kings Mountain.
Hello, my name is Kevin Bennett, Minister of Students and Outreach at First Baptist Church, Cherryville. And with all the events that are taking place today around the world, it's easy to get caught up in worrying about things that we can't control. Philippians chapter 4, beginning at verse 6 says, "Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for all He has done. Then you will experience God's peace, which exceeds anything we can understand." This is Kevin Bennett, Minister of Students and Outreach at First Baptist Cherryville. We look forward to seeing you there.
We'll look for partly to mostly cloudy skies around the area today. A lot of those mid and high-level clouds that aren't going to produce precipitation for most of us. It'll be not as cold as yesterday, as highs reach about 47 to 52. Overnight tonight, fair to partly cloudy with light winds, lows in the upper 20s to lower 30s. Looks like on Thursday, low pressure south of us will bring more clouds than sun. Some patches of light rain possible in the afternoon, mainly for the southern half of the state. Highs tomorrow about 42 to 47. I'm Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
Currently at the Big O Country Studios, it's 10:08, and the temperature is 34 degrees.
I'm Calvin Hastings, and I want to invite you to join Big O Country this Saturday as we broadcast live from Buddy Stasny's Buick GMC Truck Center in Lincoln. It'll be their big open house event this Saturday, March 8th. We'll be there from 10 to 2 with free city lunch hot dogs, chips and soft drinks, plus register to win some great prizes, including a 3-day, 2-night trip to Myrtle Beach, Charlotte Bobcat tickets, free rounds of golf at the Lincoln Country Club, and some What's Up Shopper t-shirts. And check out the great deals. Get supplier pricing right now for everyone with rates as low as 0%. And here now, the all-new total redesigned 2015 GMC Yukon. And pay no money down. And if you have no credit, Buddy Stasny can help. So plan now to be there this Saturday, March 8th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The big open house event at Buddy Stasny's Buick GMC Truck Center, North Generals Boulevard in Lincoln. Hey, now that I got your attention, here's some great information on insuring your dynasty from LMI Agency in downtown Lincoln. From home to auto to commercial to personal property, LMI Agency is the place to call. No, not that kind of call. A phone call. Call 704-735-2604 or drop by their office at 228 East Main Street, downtown Lincoln. LMI Agency, with property and casualty insurance for your every need.
This is Kathy Maccabee, pastor of Rhine Heights United Methodist Church. We have all been to weddings where we have heard chapter 13 of 1 Corinthians, the love chapter. To paraphrase, love is patient and kind, love never ends. Faith, hope, and love abide. The greatest of these is love. God's unconditional love is found in His Son, our Lord and Savior Jesus, and this love is yours, and it is free for the accepting. Come, worship with us Sundays at 11 and meet Jesus, God's perfect love.
Good morning. It's time now for the Community Profile program on WLON, WOHS, WCSL, and on the World Wide Web at ktcbroadcasting.com. You can watch our studio camera and watch and listen to the program today. Milton Baker here, Sandy Alexander, co-host, executive producer of the show in the studio. Good morning, Sandy.
Good morning, Mr. Milton.
How are you today?
I am wonderful.
Good. Good to see you. You're
Good
all
to see you.
decked out in your red, with your red scarf.
Yeah, I'm still, this is for warmth, you know.
Yeah, it's
I'm
still kind of cold
Yeah.
out and about, isn't it? All right. Well, if you would please introduce our guest for today.
Well, I'll be happy to. We are pleased and happy to have in our studio today the 2014 Miss Shelby, Molly McKinney.
Thank you for having me.
And how beautiful you are, how beautiful that crown is.
Thank you.
And pleased to have Danielle Phelps with us as well, and she's going to join in and tell us all about this beautiful young lady, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know you just, emotions just went all over the place when they called your name.
It's been a whirlwind. If a week and a half can be crazy, this last week and a half has been crazy. My Google Calendar has gone from blank to totally full. So I'm quickly adjusting and learning that I need to be available. So we're having a lot of fun with it.
And besides the fact of being our newly crowned Miss Shelby, you work full time. You have 2 jobs, and then the duties that come with being Miss Shelby.
I do, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I joke all the time that if I had free time, I would shake. I wouldn't know what to do with it. So during the day, I'm at LeGrand Center doing marketing over there. At night, I am a dance teacher at Steppin' Out Dance Productions, who is actually one of our sponsors. And now I have my 3rd job as Miss Shelby, so I'm ready to take it on.
Yeah.
Now, Molly, on your sash, is that what it's called?
It is.
It says Miss Shelby, but it also says Miss America 2014. So this is a preliminary to the Miss America pageant. Is that right?
It is. Miss Shelby was the local level pageant for the Miss America circuit. From here, I'll go to Miss North Carolina in June. I'll leave on June 14th, and I'll be there for about a week. And I will compete in Raleigh on the Miss North Carolina stage. And if earn the title, I will go on to Miss America.
There you go. Well, we certainly hope you take it all the way there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're excited because it's been 40 years. It's been 40 years since we've had a Miss Shelby. So we've had girls from this area compete on the state level, but not representing Shelby in a very long time.
So this Miss Shelby's the first in quite a while.
40 years.
40 years. Okay. So how's it feel to be the first one to sort of bring it back?
All eyes on me.
There you go.
No, but I'm excited. I actually know well the former Miss Shelby of 1974, Marla Patterson. So it's kind of neat, the dynamic between us. We actually go to church together. So I can kind of call on her, and it's neat for her to have been the last one, and I'm right after her. So it's been interesting, but it's very sweet, and I'm enjoying it.
Now, when you say 1974, that doesn't seem that long ago to me. It doesn't seem like 40 years, I tell you.
I wasn't even thought of then.
Well, I was telling them in the other room that I played for a girlfriend of mine. She competed in the Miss Shelby pageant. Then we decided it was 72. I played for her to sing in 72, and then I played for Miss North Carolina to sing in 82. So that was a thrill for me. And I was telling them the little box Molly walked in with, that brought back a memory, because Elizabeth Williams was Miss North Carolina, and when she came out, she had that little box, and I thought, I wonder what's in that box. Didn't dawn on me it was the crown. So when you go anywhere, the crown is in the box.
The crown is in the box. The box is in my car. It doesn't leave unless I know that I'm not leaving. I'll take it in, and it sits by my bedside table. And I'm learning to keep it with me, because you never know where you're going to be, who you're going to meet, and what sort of opportunities are going to present themselves. So I want to be ready.
Yeah. When was the Miss Shelby pageant held?
It was on February the 22nd. It was a Saturday evening. About 13 girls competed. We also had outstanding teen competed with us. There were 6 girls for that category, and my outstanding teen, Rachel Maurer, who goes to Kings Mountain High School, who couldn't be here today, she won. So it was a really nice pageant. It was fun. It was packed out. We were
sold out. 350 tickets. We
Mm-hmm.
sold all but 80 in pre-sale.
That's right.
So we were very, very excited. And one thing people may not realize is Miss America, which we are a part of because we're a part of their organization,
Mm-hmm.
is 100% nonprofit.
Okay.
We are the largest scholarship agency in the United States for young women, and we are also the #1 contributor to Children's Miracle Network.
Okay.
So our proceeds go to Children's Miracle Network.
That's right. That's great. That's great. And Molly, what is that part of your focus as being Miss Shelby? What will you be focusing on and competing onward to Miss North Carolina? What's the area you plan to?
Well, I do have a platform, and my platform is the Children's Homes of North Carolina, creating awareness and generating ways to generate funds for them, and just making people aware that there are people all around us. There are students who are in our schools who teachers might not even know, who their peers might not even know, aren't living in a home with two parents and a brother and sister, cat and dog like they are. I just really want to bring awareness to that. My mom, where my passion for this really stemmed from, grew up in Thompson's Children's Homes in Charlotte with her 5 sisters, and she grew up there her entire life, and they all got separated. Recently, I was able to meet one of my aunts who has 2 daughters who are my age, and they look just like me. It's crazy to know that there's someone out there that I've never met before that looks just like me, enjoys the same things that I do. So we were able to connect with them, and we've actually found all 5 of the sisters through a series of, it's amazing what social media can do for you, but we found all of them, and we're working on kind of getting together. But that's sort of been my story behind my platform is, taking everything that I've learned from my mom. And, I can remember growing up, and my mom was always an easy target. And I say that to say that if I asked my dad to do something and he said, no, you can't do that, I would go and ask my mom, and she was like, yes, absolutely. And I never understood why she was so apt to let me do things that my dad wouldn't do, or buy me a shirt in the store when my dad said, no, you don't need that. But it was because she didn't have that luxury growing up. And, growing up in an orphanage, people stole her clothes all the time. So she wanted me to have the things that she didn't have. And when I was looking into pageantry and, I learned more about platforms, I was like, well, what am I going to do? What am I passionate about? And that was forefront in my mind, and I knew that that's what I really wanted to focus on, because while I haven't grown up in a children's home, having my mom grow up in a children's home has directly affected me. So I really want to make everyone aware.
But now she says that about her mom, but ask her who her other biggest supporter in competing is.
Oh, my dad.
Yeah.
We were talking prior to competition one day, and she said, Dad came home with 9 pairs of shoes. And I said, your dad? And she said, yes, we're trying to decide which ones to wear, when I was giving the girls directions on what they wear with different things. And so her dad has really gotten into the
you
whole
broke him
pageant
down.
world.
He is. Well, I didn't even have to break him down. It's crazy. He's always been very interested in everything that I've ever done. The dynamic at home now is my dad's, what color dress are you going to have? Where do we need to go? We need to call this person. We need to go here. Need to go shopping. And my mom's like, so is it softball season yet? Do you want me to get your cleats ready? But my dad has been a super big supporter. It was funny, right before the Miss Shelby pageant, we actually were FaceTime, and I was at work, and he was at Concord Mills, and he was walking through the store looking for shoes. And that was the night that he did bring home the 9 pairs of high heels. So he's just really gotten into it, but he's got a big heart. So whenever something like this comes up in my life, he really wants to go. He really wants to go all out and be all hands in. So.
And that's a big thing with somebody who's got a title such as Molly and then Rachel, our outstanding teen. It becomes a family event.
Oh, yes.
Because their family dynamics, their events that they do at home typically change and shift because there is such a big demand on them. So to compete for something like this, you really have to have not only a supportive committee behind you, but you also have to have a family that is more than willing to jump in head first. And we are blessed with Molly that her family has all dove in head first, as well as the studio that she dances at. Those kids have all come in. It was kind of hard for some of the other girls at the competition to look out into a sea of Team Molly t-shirts that they had on at the pageant.
There you go.
So all these little girls there.
Now, you've mentioned the dance, so I assume your talent part of the competition was dance?
You would be surprised.
Oh,
that was actually...
I'm incorrect, huh?
Just let her tell you.
You'd be surprised. That was actually one of my questions in the interview. A judge asked me the very same question. He said, I see on your application here where dance is a big part of your life. You know, you're showing here that your leadership skills are in this, and this is actually a job for you, as well as entertainment and, you know, recreation. So what are you going to be dancing for us tonight? And I told him kindly, well, dance is not my talent because that's exactly what you expected me to do, and I do not want to be predictable. My talent is actually Italian opera.
Oh, my goodness.
Surprise!
Okay. Surprise, surprise.
See the look on his face? That's what I was waiting for. That was the same look I had.
Yeah. Italian opera.
It's a long way from country, which I love to sing, but I really enjoy it, and it's helped me grow as a singer and have a better appreciation for music in general.
Well, if you can sing opera, Italian opera, at that girl, you can sing anything you want to do.
It was funny when I first got her application in, and I was looking at it, and I saw her list that as talent. I looked at one of the co-directors, and I said, does Molly sing? Because I've known Molly for years as a dancer, so I was quite curious.
Now everybody out there is dying to know, and me too. Can you do something for us? Is it possible?
Yeah. Oh, I guess I can. You know,
do you need to? I mean, is this something you have?
I don't have.
You have to get warmed up, or do some vocal exercises or anything.
Well, I will say that Italian opera isn't easily cold turkey. Can I use that phrase? It's definitely something that requires some sort of accompaniment. And as I hear, you are an accompanist. If we had a keyboard in here,
honey,
maybe
it's
you
at
can.
home. I'd try my best, but I've never done Italian opera. I'll tell you
She's
that.
played dueling banjos on the keyboard,
Hey.
but
Yeah, I
now
did.
she could. I bet
I
she
like
could do
that.
Italian opera.
I
Yeah,
like
that was the first and probably a last, but did that last week.
I will tell you a little about my song. It's called "Se mi hai sospiri," and in the interview room, they were asking me about it, and you know, I wanted to sing in Italian also, you know, to show diversity and, you know, that I could do another language, but also my grandmother is Italian. So that night, you know, I knew that while I was on that stage, it was just me and her. And she was dead center, so I knew that I was singing to her. She knew what I was saying, and it was a big moment for me, and that was very special for me. But before that, I'll tell you something that was a little comical. Leading up to the pageant, we had about 30 seconds to go on the stage and kind of just run through it really quick. And, you know, are you ready? You know, this is fine. You know, here are the acoustics. So I went out there and I'm singing, and we actually have Carolina princesses who go with us everywhere. So mine is Mindy J. Brown, and she was with me, and she heard me practice, and she said, Miss Molly, is that your real voice or is that your pretend voice? And I said, pretend voice? What do you mean? She said, you know, like, was that your pretend voice, or did you really just sing that? And then she's talking to me, and then a lot of the other girls start gathering around like, yeah, you know, what was that? I was like, no, it was me. I didn't know that you could have a pretend voice, but I'm looking into it because I'd like to know.
Okay.
Well, you want to give us a little sample?
I can, if you can bear with me, then
We're
with
excited.
you, girl.
you
We're
might
excited
want to
to
turn
hear
the volume down.
I'm going to turn the mic down just a little bit here.
So this is a song. This is what I sang for the local preliminary, Miss Shelby, and it's called "Se mi hai sospiri."
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Ready.
Se mi hai sospiri, se mi hai sospiri, oh Dio placasero, se mi hai sospiri, oh Dio placasero, l'empio sambiante che moletio.
Hey, fantastic. I'm sure the listeners enjoy that too. That was beautiful.
Yes. Well, tell us a little bit what you just said.
I wish that I could.
Whatever you
Make
said,
up
it was
something.
beautiful.
That was
gorgeous.
outstanding. I love to have performers in the studio because that's what radio used to be.
Yeah, we talked about that
and
last week.
and
you know, people used to
the
come
audience loves
Yeah.
to hear it too. I've had numerous people come up to us and after the show's over out on the street or in the store somewhere and say they love to hear the entertainers come in the studio and just perform live, and that's why I asked you.
Well, good. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
And you did a beautiful job.
Well, thank you. I'll tell you, my outstanding teen, Rachel, I joke with her, she doesn't sing, she sings. I mean, that girl has a voice, and she is so talented. So I know that she'd love to come in here and entertain you as well.
Yeah.
And it's funny because one of the things they're taught is you better always have something in your bucket to pull out because somebody's going to ask. And
I'm learning quick.
We were talking the other day, and I said, you guys need to get prepared to sing together and sing separate on some songs. And they were discussing that. And then they're going to be singing at the American Legion World Series pre-events and with Katie Marketing. And one of the things she said was, I would love to have one of you sing the national anthem and one of you sing America,
God Bless America.
God Bless America. I couldn't remember what the other song was. And Molly was with me at the time when she was talking about it. She said, I'm going to make a choice first because Rachel's not here. I'm taking God Bless America. National Anthem's hard. Rachel could do that.
It is. That is probably the hardest song that I've ever had to sing, and I think that any singer would agree because it's such a known song. It's such a judged song. You hear it often, so people are listening for you to mess up. So it is.
And that is
song.
one of the songs I have always heard. It's the hardest song to sing.
It is.
And I did it one time at a football game at Crest years ago. And I told God if I made it through that song, I would never sing it again. Because it is hard. I mean, you hear it, I can play it. But to get out there and sing it, Whitney Houston aced it. I always refer to her as singing it the best I've ever heard it.
Don't we wish we could all sing like Whitney Houston? I know I do.
Well, now, as Miss Shelby, some of the events you'll be going around to, you mentioned the World Series, et cetera, but what are some of the other things that are coming up, or are there things come up just all the time that people ask you to be at?
Things really do come up all the time. Yesterday, it's worked out well for me yesterday since I do work at LeGrand Center. A lot of big events happen there. So yesterday, I was actually able to attend with Danielle the legislative breakfast that the Cleveland County Chamber put on. So I was able to go and really listen and learn with Senator Warren Daniel and Representative Kelly Hastings and Representative Tim Moore. So it was a great opportunity for me to see them in action and listen to the things that the people in our county are concerned about or want updates on and hear them respond. So I'm really thankful to be a part of events like that because the interviews are only going to get harder as the pageants go on the state level. And then again, for Miss America, you're transitioning from the local level interview into current events and what are your thoughts and how do you feel on this and if it were you, what would you do, sorts of things. So I'm thankful to be able to do things like that. But there are also things that are on a more low-key scale that I'm enjoying or that I'm getting ready to enjoy doing. We will be doing some, that I see on my calendar, I have to ask Danielle, it changes every day, that we'll be at the mall for the Easter Bunny.
They will.
Doing some face painting. So I'm excited about that, fun things.
They do a lot of stuff, a lot of community events. They'll be at the bridal fair. They'll be, when the Easter Bunny arrives, they'll be out there with the girls with that. They're going to be doing some training in Uptown Shelby to stay physically fit, to get ready for that portion. Molly has on-stage modeling in swimwear, and Rachel has a fitness competition she has to be a part of. So we're going to work on staying physically fit with that. We've got some fundraisers coming up to help them get ready for competition on the state level for the enormous cost of that. We've got work weekend coming up in April, which is their first weekend to meet all the other competitors from across the state. And then they're both going to be speaking at schools. We got a call yesterday about a DARE graduation, them speaking at that. So things are constantly adding to the calendar. So we want them to be out. That's one of the big things. The city of Shelby really, and Cleveland County, really got behind us in bringing this program back. So we really want groups to let us know if you need a speaker, if you need an entertainer. All it does is make things better for them because she talked about her interview, and it's a 10-minute stand-up rapid-fire interview in front of 5 people at the state level. So the more they're out in public speaking, the better off they are. So Rotary clubs, Lions clubs, Kiwanis, church groups, whatever they've got, if they want a speaker, that benefits them in the long run.
Yeah. Speaking in front of a group, is that something you've always been comfortable with doing? And kind of, off the cuff, firing off the cuff
I have
answers?
Actually, and it's funny because I think that the dynamic within pageantry and the girls who are in it, interview is, oh my gosh, I'm nervous, evening gown, no big deal, swimsuit, whatever, but interview, oh man. And for me, it was really opposite. With my job, I'm speaking to really only strangers every day who are coming in, and I cheered in college, and that really gave me an opportunity to meet people from all kinds of states in the United States. I went to Gardner-Webb, but you would be surprised at the amount of international students that are there, the amount of students who are from across the country. So it really gave me an opportunity to meet 26 strangers every year, get to know them, and learn how to get along with them. So that really helped prepare me for what's really to come. And I haven't ever really had a problem with it. I enjoy it. I want to know who you are, what you're about, and more than that, I like to talk about who I am and what I'm about. So.
Yeah. Well, now, you're a graduate of Shelby High School in 2009. And,
go Lions.
Yeah, and Gardner-Webb University in 2012, near my house.
That's right.
And you're wanting to go on and get your master's in communication studies.
Yes.
So
my undergrad degree was public relations, and the program is just now taking off, so I'm excited to be a part of it.
That's great. You might be the next Barbara Walters someday.
Oh, I like that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, best of luck with the Miss North Carolina pageant coming up next. And when is that taking place?
I will leave on June the 14th. And the big Saturday of the pageant is June the 21st. But there's also preliminary judging that will happen within the week. So what will happen is I may do interview and swimsuit on Wednesday. Then I might turn around and on Thursday do evening gown and talent. And then I will find out on Saturday after the opening number with all the girls if I've made top 10. If I make top 10, then I will go on and repeat everything except for the interview on the big Miss North Carolina stage on Saturday.
All right.
Now, you'll have to keep us informed.
Yes.
I'll go nuts.
And I was telling them, Miss North Carolina is shown live on TV. Outstanding Teen is done on the line. You can look at it on Friday night because her counterpart Rachel will be competing that week as well, and her crowning will be on Friday night, and then Molly's final will be on Saturday night. But there is a way during the week of Miss North Carolina that people can go online and vote, and I'll get that information to you because there's a People's Choice that gets to make the top 10.
Well,
so the people
that's a
of
good
Cleveland
thing.
County can support her and put her into the top 10.
There you go.
So vote for me.
Oh, that's right.
Absolutely.
We're excited about that.
What about in the local area? Other girls locally? Does Gastonia or some of the other towns have a
Miss
pageant?
Gastonia prelim. There's a couple of girls there.
Have you gotten to meet some of these other girls yet?
No, our prelim was towards the end of the season, so she really hasn't gotten to go to the other preliminaries and meet them. But there are two from Asheville that I've gotten to know well. So there'll be a lot of girls up there from this area, just hasn't been local in a very long time.
So the first Miss Shelby in 40 years.
That's right.
40 years.
And the very first Miss Shelby was from Lawndale in 1948, and she won Miss North Carolina that year.
About that.
Wow.
So her family is very encouraging that maybe it's good karma that Molly's the first one back in 40 years and that she'll take that state title as well.
Hope so. All right.
Well, honey, we wish you the very best.
Thank you.
And we'll be back.
Yes, please vote. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
Yep, very much so. Appreciate you coming in. I know you stay busy with your work, your dance, 2 jobs there, and then all the activities you do as Miss Shelby.
They can find us on Facebook at Miss Shelby and Miss Shelby's Outstanding Teen. They can inbox us on there and find us on Facebook about them coming to do an appearance for them.
Or just keep up with what we're doing. So.
And folks who didn't get to watch it live on the website, ktcbroadcasting.com, our video of today's interview will be put on YouTube at YouTube/WhatsUpShopper.
That's right.
So you can check out the
and
interview
we'll
again.
call it Miss Shelby.
We will.
2014.
That's right.
Be the title.
Great.
All right. Thank you so much again.
Thank you. Thank you
Best
for having
of luck.
me.
Good.
Thank you.
Very excited for you. Sandy, that'll wrap it up for the week.
For the week, it sure will.
We're Monday through Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, our community profile programs. And what about next week?
We've got Habitat for Humanity on Monday, and right now Tuesday is open. And on Wednesday, Green Banana project.
Okay.
So I'm anxious to get in to see what that's all about.
All right, then. Folks, we thank you for listening in. And as always, if you ever have any comments or suggestions for the program, topics or persons of interest, please let us know. We'll see you next time, next week.
The game plays right here.
Are you ready for some football?
Your sports leader, WOHS Shelby, WLON Lincoln, and WCSL Cherryville Gastonia.
Woohoo! Yeah!
Jim Weaver, founder of Wings Etc. Grill and Pub, is exhibiting signs of a rare condition called wing madness, characterized by symptoms such as an impaired contact with reality, causing Jim to practically give away his world-famous wings and his extraordinarily large schooners of domestic beer. This psychosis can only be suppressed by sharing it with others.
I'm not crazy. I just want to hoop it up with our famous jumbo wings and our crispy white meat boneless wings for just 49 cents and our famous domestic schooners for $4.25. Now through Wednesday, March 12th.
Jumbo and boneless wings for 40